why do you think almost all of the new launches of new games are failing?
Yeah. Um, I actually have a slightly different take on this, which is because, the narrative that gaming is so tough and so on. Let's realize mobile gaming is a very young business. It's been around for 14, 15 years, right? And ever since I've been in mobile gaming, which is very early on, I've heard that it's too late. Mobile gaming is too crowded. Mobile gaming is too competitive. In 2014, people were saying you cannot build another Match 3 on mobile.
Wow, insane. Because of
Right?
Candy Crush.
Because of Candy Crush.
Oh my
Because
God.
remember, put yourself in their shoes. They're like, it's logical, the argument. You have a game which is one of the most successful game launches ever, right? And it's been, and it's had like, I don't know, 90 million DAU or something like that at the peak. How can you compete against that? It's kind of a crazy thing, right? But then what happened? Let's take a look. Playrix came, Peak Games came, Dream Games came. These are all in Match 3, right? This is in one sliver of the overall universe of acceptable games, right? So let's just take stock of that one fact. Number two fact is, I think mobile gaming is way bigger than we all realize, even to this day. Like, I stopped saying numbers because we just don't know, We don't know. Really, we don't know. Because you read all the news reports and stuff.
100 million, 99,
No one knows.
80,
But they don't
150.
take into account in-app ads.
Yeah, they're not.
They don't take into account
can't.
all the off-store purchases that happen in Southeast Asia. They know, right? Like, so let's just say it's way bigger than we all think, and it's still. So I don't think there's. I'll say something crazy, which is, think about the fact gaming is bigger than movies and music combined, right? And then think about all of the attention that people have on movies and music, the magazines, the fans, this, that, right? That doesn't even exist in mobile games at all. So it is more competitive because it's very lucrative.
Exactly.
Right? And I think people are used to, I think the mentality shift hasn't happened yet in the gaming community as a whole. I think people want the good old days where you make a game and all of a sudden it becomes successful. So I don't think that, there's something fundamentally wrong about the gaming market, right? I think actually the opposite. I think gaming market is so successful that it's attracted all this attention globally. And just the fact is the bar is a lot higher.
Oh, perfectly. So
Right?
how do you pass the bar today with launching new games?
This is where it gets really interesting. And this is kind of the thesis of the fund, Arcadia, a little bit. Mobile gaming, the reason that US, and the thesis behind this is many US VCs and many risk capital doesn't see gaming as a frontier technology, as an innovation technology. They're not wrong, right? But I think what the thesis difference between Arcadia and them is, we like the fact that it's an iteration category. It's not an innovation, it's an iteration category. So, what happens now a lot is teams that have worked together and learned the craft or the science, whatever you want to call it, of mobile gaming in one of those universities that we talked about, right? So like, to me, all these companies are universities. Playtika is an excellent university. Peak Games is a great university. Playrix, King, Supercell. These are all schools that you learn the art and science of gaming. And then you graduate from these schools and you want to start your own business. That's the perfect spot for Arcadia. So you have a team of 3 people, 4 people that have worked together on a successful game, maybe unsuccessful game, that have worked together before. And they now want to do something slightly different. So we're unlikely to get excited if 2 incredibly smart guys come and say, we're going to build the next Roblox, right? Could happen, but that's just not the thesis of the firm. We're way more likely to get excited. Like, I was one of the first investors in Dream Games. I was actually, the guy that, helped a bit. And, that's the perfect example, right? 5 of them work together at Peak Games. They built Toy Blast and they built Toon Blast, and now they're going to build something even bigger and better. That's the thesis that we're trying to, and of course, not every outcome will be like Dream Games. I wish it did, but those are the kind of companies that we get really excited about. So the bar is higher because, it's just more competitive. And we're not only competing against games, we're competing against TikTok, Instagram,
Exactly.
YouTube Shorts.
Attention.
Right? I remember at Triple Dot, we would have these like usage spikes when there was like when Instagram was down,
Yeah,
or when TikTok, or like something happens that other
people
platforms
would
get
just
hurt.
want to do something that is
Exactly,
not
exactly.
and you have a better alternative, which is mobile games.
Exactly.
Super
But the secular trend is, will people stop playing games? No. Will the mobile devices be replaced by something else? Unlikely in the near term. Maybe in the long term, yes, but unlikely in the near term. Which means that mobile gaming will always have an audience and will always have a market. It's just, how do you find the winners in that market? And because a lot of people are thinking like how you described, like mobile gaming is dead or whatever, to me it's perfect because I know it's not dead. And for every time when people say mobile gaming is too crowded, impossible, there's a new company that makes $100 million a month.
This is insane.